Gorgo, Queen of Sparta. Glory to you and your loyal hoplite armies. Greece savours the blessings from Ares that every victory brings, and your people applaud your thoughtful governance and cultural marvels. Stand proud, for the legacy of Greece and of your achievements will be told over and over again for generations.
Or so we hope. Welcome, viewers, to Let's Play Civilization 6, a new game, playing as Gorgo of Greece. That's not the button I wanted. On Immortal, standard speed, standard game size, which means 8 players, continents map. Let's talk about what Gorgo does, but on a screen where people aren't singing very loudly. So Gorgo's unique ability is Thermopylae. Combat victories provide culture equal to 50% of the combat strength of the defeated unit. So, obviously, I said I wanted to play a game that's a little bit more interactive, probably with a little bit more military stuff in it, and we want to go for a culture victory. This seems like a no-brainer. In addition to the fact that Greece has the Acropolis, which is a unique theater square. The value of the unique districts, I think, cannot be overstated. They're really, really good. Because your unique, if you have a unique district replacement, first of all, it costs half as much as other districts. And secondly, it doesn't count toward the limit on the number of districts that you're able to have based on your population in that city. So we're going to be able to get a very cheap theater district up in every one of our cities. And I don't know 100% how the culture victory works in this game, but that has to be a good start. We also have the Hoplite, a unique spearman who gets plus 10 combat strength when on a tile adjacent to another Hoplite, and Plato's Republic, which just gives us an extra purple slot in every government, which seems pretty okay. So let's have a look at this start. We got some stone, some deer, a bunch of rice. Let's have a look at the yields, actually. So we're very concerned about industry. Sorry. Production. Way more than we were in Civ 5. This start is a little iffy. We have a 3 production, 2 food tile, which is awesome. And there's another one down here. But we don't have any... Well, we don't have almost any other production aside from that. We don't have a lot of 2 production tiles near us. Makes me a little nervous. We do get to start on fresh water on this tile, but I'm wondering if we maybe want to move down here so that we're closer to these. No, we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it right here. I'm just gonna try to grow very quickly. We do have a lot of food available, that's for sure. So what's the difference? This is 7 turns until growth. Let's get something building. We're gonna build a scout first. So this is 7 turns until growth, 5 turns scout. This is 5 turns until growth, 5 turns scout. Really? Wait, what's the cost of a scout? 30. So we go from 6.3 to 3.1. Okay, 10 turns. I just looked at it before it had updated, I guess. But it won't actually be 10 turns, right? Because in 5 turns we'll have a birth and we'll put that person to work on this. No, I think we gotta get the scout. I have really strong feelings about early scout in this game. The benefit of finding a city-state early enough that you get the free envoy is so high. It is so incredibly high. So we need animal husbandry for this, and building a camp is nice. We have dyes over here that require irrigation, and we'll get the irrigation boost from farming the wheat. Animal husbandry also gets us in the direction of this ivory. There's stone up here. And I kind of would like to play the religion game, so that means astrology's high value as well. Although I don't know if this is going to be... On high difficulties in Civ 5, you basically couldn't play the religion game because the AI got so much free faith every turn without having to build any buildings for it or anything, that anybody else who had a religion would just build 70 missionaries every turn and convert your whole empire nonstop. And it's just... It wasn't worth fighting with them. Let's go ahead and pick up animal husbandry. We'll get the deer. We'll try to get the elephants. That's a really good tile. Alright, where are you going? I guess up here. So we don't want to fan our warrior out too far, because if an enemy scout, barbarian scout that is to say, if a barbarian scout should appear, we definitely want to be able to kill it before it gets away. I think the way that barbarian system works is that they have to get adjacent to your city before they can run back and tell the camp and form a raiding party. So you have like a turn of them approaching after you can see them to catch them before they start running. And it's very difficult to catch a scout who's running away. It's not that hard to catch one who's still coming in. Alright. China was a mouthy but pretty good neighbor last game. Xi'an? Hard to say. It's actually probably quite easy to say. I'm ignorant. Okay, so that's not very far away. You know what we could do? We could try a variant of the old Civ 5 Archer Rush. Generally, to be performed with composite bows, which don't really have an analog here. I guess the actual Archer is the analog. So let's make a builder, and then maybe a slinger? Okay, yes, I like diplomacy. Remember, there are no warmonger penalties in the early part of the game, in the ancient era. So we might be able to get away with stealing a city or something. Wouldn't that be lovely? A good start to our culture game. Let's just murder a lot of people. Basically, every civilization in the world that has a tremendous hold on our culture started by just murdering a huge number of people. We will follow in their proud footsteps. Alright, now that we have a second citizen, what is the game doing? Okay, that is what I would have recommended. We need 8 turns to get our code of laws up. Ugh. Well, it'll be faster if we kill these barbarians. Alright, so I'm seeing a lot of mountains. I'm seeing a lot of the same couple of resources. There's tea over here, or coffee rather, over here as well. Alright, now unfortunately we're not going to be able to just obliterate these guys without rest, probably. If we had the +5 combat strength versus barbarians thing, we totally would be. Would be able to do that, but we're probably going to have to take a turn or two of fortification to heal. Although obviously I don't want people stealing my kills.
I am fond of pigs. Dogs look up to.
Freaking Preslov ran their warrior over here so they can meet China before coming to see us. Well, shoot, I think we just lost this guy. So we're not going to attack him. It's possible that he'll survive their attack, and if he does, then we can snipe the rest of his health. If we hit him now, we guarantee that he will die to their attack. We take every opportunity we can get here. The combat strength of a spearman is 23. 12 culture right now would be so big. Man, that's actually... I hadn't really thought about what the values are like. But 50% of the early unit's combat strength is actually a really significant number. So I think we'll pick up mining now. We have that stone that we could get, and mining also gives us the ability to chop trees, which is a thing I think we might end up doing. Alright, come on, don't kill him. Ah, you assholes. So we don't get to clear the camp either. We don't get the gold, we don't get the Eureka. Maybe that scout's running back to another camp. We can hope. Great. Alright, so we have a lot of really close neighbors. That's their second city. Would it be easier for us to attack them? Yeah, we're not getting any, We're not getting any first places here. Any, first meetings. This is rough. Alright, I don't know that this guy's going back to a camp. I think he might just be going back into the middle of nowhere. Yeah, sure. Alright, let's track him and see. He might be going somewhere. Well, there's lots of opportunity for a second close city here, which will eventually be able to reap lots of bonuses from being right on top of the capital. Lisbon, there's no way, yeah. I was going to say, there's no way we met Lisbon before China did. Very unfortunate. Alright, we're going to get the deer next. We actually maybe should have gotten the deer first. Yeah, I think so. Deer first would have been better. So we are halfway to archery. I'm going to queue this up for after mining. And let's... It's not very expensive to upgrade a slinger into an archer. Let's build a couple of military units and try the Civ 6 version of the old Archer Rush. I'm doing it a little slowly, but on Immortal, it used to work when you did it pretty slowly. We'll see if it still works here. It's going to be very different in this game because the cities don't naturally have the ability to defend themselves. So I think in the early game we're going to aim for military tradition, flanking and support combat bonuses to combat units. It allows you to, you know, get the combat strength bonus for having guys adjacent to each other, which plays really well into the whole hoplite thing. Clearing a barbarian camp gives it a boost. It would be really nice if we had gotten to do that. Well, I don't want our warrior to be ranging out too much further. We should scout around down here. There might be another camp down there. Egypt's empire is pretty large. I don't know exactly what the deal is with the free stuff that the AI gets on the different difficulty levels. Okay, plus gold. How expensive is it to buy slingers? 140? Okay. Like I said, it's not very expensive to upgrade them, so I think we're going to do this. Going to get a couple of range units going, try to get some XP on them for maybe fighting barbarians or something if we can find some nearby, and then we're just going to push one of our neighbors. I have not yet decided who. I mean, China's capital is right there. We go for capitals. That's what we're going to do. Also, we've already scouted most of the terrain. And he's about to put out a brand new super weak city right in front of us. That's gorgeous. Alright, let's have a look up toward Preslav as well. So we need to improve one more tile here. I would prefer to improve the elephants, but I don't want to buy the elephant tile because we need the gold. So I guess we're just going to... Sparta will have a lot of population, at least. Alright, so we're finding the edges of our continent. It looks like we're on a pretty big landmass. Not big enough for all these players, of course, but fairly big. So after we get this, we probably want to go to bronze working, get hoplites. It would be nice to kill 3 barbarians for the boost. More ranged units, right? Can't go wrong with more ranged units. Still kind of just hunting for barbarians, hoping that someone will be around for us to gain XP off of. Obviously, I can't run our slingers forward until after archery completes because we need to do upgrades. Ah, a camp spawned down here after we saw those tiles. So we might be able to get some progress on that kill 3 barbarians thing and maybe get a camp, get the camp as well. We're going to threaten this scout. He's probably just going to run away, but my army is actually pretty good for this point in the game. This is kind of frustrating. The AI is not cognizant of what is happening in the game, basically. Like, she just has a thing that says if their army strength value is less than X, be mad at them. But it should really, at the very least, take into account the era, right? It should be smarter, basically. It shouldn't just yell at you if your army's weak, it should yell at you if your army's too weak for the time period. The same thing with Catherine de Medici. Has an agenda that makes her like people who spy a lot and not like people who don't spy a lot. And she starts getting mad at you for it the moment you meet her, even if it's like thousands of years before you're allowed to make spies. Alright, I think we're going to have to go after her because she's starting to...
I shot an arrow into the air. It fell to earth. I knew not where.
Okay, so how are we going to manage this best? You know what? Screw this. I was going to try to do some fancy stuff. Let's just fall back and upgrade. Yeah, we'll have some time. She doesn't seem to be particularly interested in upgrading her buildings. Or upgrading her cities. We still see... Oh, now we see 20 combat strength. The big jump in combat strength there is just because she garrisoned a unit, most likely. So, don't be worried. Oh, alright, well, we get military tradition whether we clear the camp or not. Alright, with 3 archers and a hoplite or a warrior, I'm confident that we can do this.
Without craftsmanship.
Do we want to... How long until the next change? 11 turns. So I'm debating... No, you know what we should do is screw God King. Wildcard policy. Let's do both of these things. So, we'll produce our army a little bit more efficiently and fight these barbarians better. Archers are actually, like, pretty okay in melee against warriors. Warrior tier units, the warriors and the, what do you call it? The spearmen. I'm not worried about this guy getting one shot or anything. This guy is also okay, right? They can't move onto the hill and then attack us, obviously. And then with 3 archers, we're going to start killing these guys at an incredible rate. Yeah, you better run. So let's do this. Walk forward a little bit and shoot. Guess we'll give our warrior a battle cry. Alright. We need somebody to be in front of the army. Somebody who can actually move into the city and take it. Ah, here's something. I was just running this scout down to try to catch that horribly wounded scout. Add him to the total. Try to get this bronze working boost still. We might be able to snatch the kill on these guys. Nah, it looks like they're gonna get it. Or is that unit not gonna attack at all? Ah, we won't get a kill on them. Where is that scout? There he is. Unfortunately, there's a river between us and him, so he's probably gonna get away. Okay, so you and you. And then if the two of them together manage to kill him, it looks like they won't. But if they had, then we could use this scout to shoot this, or this archer to shoot that guy instead. I believe, sadly...
I don't underrate the value of military knowledge.
Yeah, we're still not actually at 3 kills even. But we're getting some culture here. Getting some free culture. This is nice. I guess we'll work on this. We're probably not going to be able to boost this, or this, honestly. We will probably get to 6 population before we get early empire halfway done. So that'll be nice. We'll get at least one of those things boosted. Oh, they're really bringing it. I'm sure we'll have to do this again. But we're all just waiting for that warrior to complete anyway. Alright, there we go. And then we'll build a hoplite or 2 afterward. Or maybe just more archers, I don't know. Egypt declared war on Kabul. I'll save you! Maybe? Oh, looks like the city's under siege already, which means that Egypt has it completely surrounded. So you move forward. You move forward. You can move 1 space and then spend your upgrade. Okay, this is a force that I would expect to be capable of taking a city in, Oh, Preslav closed their border. The city-states borders are open at the beginning of the game, but they close pretty quickly. 2 turns until bronze working. The idea of building a monument is neat, but we just don't have time, man. We're very busy killing everybody. Yeah. You make wonders. We're all very excited for you there, buddy. I'm gonna call you Buddy. Not because I can't remember your name, but because I think we're buddies. So what did you make? Why am I not getting a tilted bear? Stonehenge, okay. He's pushing for a religion. Maybe we'll play the religion game, this game, in the sense that we will kill somebody and then have their religion. It doesn't really work like that. It doesn't become your religion in the sense that you can win the game with it, which means that there's absolutely no reason to spread a dead player's religion, which is a shame. It just dies out with them. Must you leave them alive? Alright, well that guy is a total non-threat anymore. I'm gonna hit these guys so they can't just ranged attack us for free very hard. The scout is messing with me. Yeah, what now? Where are you gonna go now? He's gonna let the city-state kill him. Because that's less helpful to me. Alright. So it is taking us longer than I was hoping to get over to Egypt.
I'm also interested.
There's a lot of
in
hills
creating
between
a
us and
lasting
them.
legacy.
Alright, so some iron spawned just inside of city range. Which is interesting, but ultimately pretty worthless, I think. Because we're not terribly interested in making swordsmen. I suppose let's not let our scientific technology fall... scientific progress fall too far behind. Alright, so you can finish him off. You guys can work on that. Well, we're getting promotions at least on our way over. We badly need amenities in the capital. We didn't improve any luxuries with that first builder. We're getting some okay culture from this. The AI loves to declare war on city-states. They just hate when a city-state exists. For some reason. Alright, volley. Volley. This guy needs to start heading in the direction of being useful again.
Signy is a 250 square mile tiger trap made up on.
That says Singy, not Signy. G and the N are not in the order that Sean Bean thinks they are. And our scout. What do we have more of around here? I see a lot of hills in the immediate vicinity. I mean, it's just hilly terrain everywhere. Let's give him the hill promotion. He can maybe come down here and help us. Alright, you. That's quite enough. So yeah, I would have liked to be attacking this city maybe 15 turns ago. But we've been slogging through barbarians. We're just like waist deep in barbarians. For quite some time now. Yeah, let's make some hoplites. Alright, so... I guess you will get the kill, allowing you to move across the river. Try to get this barbarian camp cleared.
Of trade, I suppose.
Mekan is at 23 combat strength. Wow, there are a lot of barbarians out here. There must be a second camp nearby, and it's funneling units at Egypt. Alright, Scout's not a great military unit, but it can still be useful in engagements for providing flanking bonuses and also for helping to surround cities. What is this guy... What's happening here? That was weird. Yeah, that was pretty strange. Alright, well, we'll be able to wipe out all these barbarians, trivially, obviously. Let's get everybody moving forward. It's a slow process. I definitely don't want to have a lot of barbarians left around while we're trying to attack Egypt. Just extra factors complicating battle, you know? Plus, picking these guys off is worth culture. We're about to get our early Empire boost in 6 turns. So Egypt had some kind of ranged unit there. It might have been an archer. I don't think it was stones that I saw. Alright, clip this guy as he tries to run. For some reason you can't issue move orders while somebody else is attacking. Seems a little silly. At some point here she's going to be like, hey, I see your unit's on my border. Oh, that's right, they have a unique chariot archer thing. We should know what this is if we're going to fight it. Okay. Too many things start with Mary. Replaces the heavy chariot. 4 movement when starting in open terrain. Melee strength 23, range strength 33. Well. For reference, an archer has range strength of 25. Damn it, I misclicked. That's whatever, that guy wasn't going to participate in this anyway. It does worry me a little bit. Those guys have more combat strength than I would like to deal with at this point in the game. But anyway, at some point she's going to call us out on having troops near her border. We are going to ignore her. Doing so will cause our war to be a surprise war, which would have increased warmonger penalties.
Clay must feel happy.
But the fact that we're in the ancient era makes there not be a warmonger penalty, no matter what. Okay, they have quite a number of warriors down here around the city, plus that chariot archer, plus something in the city, or else its combat strength wouldn't be 20 right now. 23 melee strength. These things are rough. And then every enemy you can see here will have a +3 combat strength bonus due to the fact that we're playing on Immortal. Which seems to me to be a pretty inelegant way of fixing the fact that the AI is really bad at combat. Oh, they're building a Sphinx. This is a unique tile improvement for Egypt. I assume that when we take the city... ignore. I assume that when we take the city, we probably will not get to keep that. So is this a hill tile? No, this is grassland. So we have a move... Oh no, wait, this is a hill, isn't it? Yeah. I'm trying to figure out what the best approach is going to be. There's a lot of hills and crap around here. Alright. Next turn, we declare. He hasn't moved yet this turn, so he can take a single turn of healing. Good luck, Preslov. A lot of their units are moving away. They clearly don't think we're actually going to declare, which is crazy. Of course we're going to declare. Really? Preslov moved their warrior out of the way, and then the barbarians attacked me? What a bunch of jerks. All of you. Everybody involved here. Alright, let's see. I guess we just fortify. We're on a hill. If he wants to run into us over and over again and die, that would be just fine. Alright, let's get her. Declare surprise war. Warmonger penalty? None. She really works the eyes when she's angry. There's a lot of expression going on there. Looks like China and Egypt don't even know each other. That's interesting. Alright, so we'll start down here. The reason we don't want to start with this unit is we're going to gauge the damage done by those first two. And if it's enough, we can bombard this guy instead. If this warrior ran into one of our archers, he would surely die. So we'll just try to soften all of them up. This guy we might... How much damage do we do? Is it worth attacking him with? We just leave him alive. You do not want to hit an enemy down to low health after just hitting him twice, because there's a chance that what you'll actually do is give him a promotion. We don't have enough move to do this, unfortunately. And the AI's units work like your units in that, I guess, fortify. There's no reason to have him stay still and not fortify. When they use a promotion, they heal by 50 points, and of course it eats their turn. Okay, this guy's gotta be weak enough now for our scout to be lethal. Weird that they're completely disengaging from the south. Wow, Preslov is in a lot of trouble. Also, you know, our guy a little bit. He's gonna start running southward, I think. $19. Oof. Run! So our scout clears this guy out. Does the archer want to really damage this scout? Or finish that guy off? I guess we can have this archer do the finish on this guy. Alright. This guy's got to end up on this tile. We can't even attack over these hills from where we are. Okay, China's founded a religion. It's interesting that it took them that long when they got Stonehenge so long ago. Oh no, my scout! Whatever shall I do? I am concerned about the archer, obviously. The chariot archer is a real problem. Hopefully they don't have too many of these.
It was luxuries like air conditioning.
Alright, do we actually want to slot in any of this stuff? I don't think so. I think we're pretty happy with what we have. You desperately need to take your promotion. Otherwise you will for sure get devoured. I think we have to represent pretty hard against this chariot archer. Hey, that hoplite's finally done. We have a lot more industry than we did a couple of turns ago. I think I'm going to bring another hoplite out, you know, so we can take advantage of their bonus, and then it's going to be archers from there, probably. You will give me 36 gold. Sure. Fair enough. After we get this going, we're going to go for drama and poetry. I hate the fact that you can't shift Q to add stuff to the end of your
Writing is easy.
Your research queue when it's not your turn. There's no good reason for that. You should definitely... I could see if they wanted to say you can't change what you're researching, but adding stuff to the end of your queue should be no problem. There's no way to abuse that. Alright, let's just finish this guy off. And then start in on the city. This does take a little while. City's fairly hardy. Okay, so it's going to be another turn or two of that. A couple of turns of that. So we do need to pick up irrigation pretty soon. We could go to astrology as well. And try to found our own religion. What are we looking at as far as 2 religions have been founded? We might still get it. I'm curious to try. Again, we're learning as much as trying to win in these games. Okay, so they ran out of the city to attack our archers, which I think is good for us. It really lowers the value. It really lowers the combat strength of the city. I think we can probably like kill this guy in two quick shots and then refocus. Are you potent enough to finish it? Yes, you are. Okay. Even all injured like that. Alright, so I think we're going to be successful in taking this city. Archer Rush, still pretty effective. Barbarians. This hoplite may, we may end up not getting to group our hoplites up, because this hoplite may have to stay and deal with that. Oh, here comes another one of those chariot archers. So how much XP do you have? You're not actually very close to a level. Let's make sure the people who are low on health get to shoot at the city. So that we can try to get them toward a promotion more quickly. And then our warriors can claim it. Alright, that wasn't too hard. Yes, we will keep the city. Also, there's a barbarian slinger here for some reason. So the city has no interesting districts or anything, but I think this is their capital, and we're definitely just going to keep pushing. There's no reason not to. I might want to make an encampment. We could purchase a tile over here and make an encampment. It's going to take so long, that's probably not even worth doing. Screw it, let's just work on a builder. The city's going to be all screwed up until it is officially ours. Alright, this guy's not going to like us. His agenda is, he likes people who have more science and culture than he does, and that's not going to be us for a very long time on account of the difficulty setting. Alright, I don't suppose that barbarian could maybe fight with these archers. Alright, well, let's try to burn these horse archers down as quickly as possible. Come on, get him. Yes. We have 2 archer shots for each of them. We're just going to have to endure that warrior. He's attacking uphill, though. I'm not too worried. I don't know that we're going to be able to save this archer. This guy's going to do pretty poor damage, but he does still have a combat strength advantage over our archer. Well, we don't see any barbarians yet. Whoever is being built in the city when the barbarian horde shows up can deal with it. Generally speaking, it doesn't take a lot of units to deal with barbarians. Yeah, so here comes the... no, he's charging away from the archer. Oh my god, that slinger's gonna kill him. Oh, that sucks. And of course, the barbarians care more about us than they do about the... about Egypt. Alright. So looks like we have to soften this guy up a little bit. Actually, I was going to shoot with this guy, kill with this guy, so that we can move this one forward before attacking. You know what? That's still a good idea. I know we have a horseman here, but, oh. We just killed him straight up. Well, in that case, the warrior can fight the horseman. And this guy can move way up. Alright, I don't know how strong their capital is going to be, but we obviously want to get there before it has too much time to build and reinforce defenses. And we're doing pretty well on culture so far. We will need irrigation. The capital, I think, is going to build a holy site. Maybe down here. We have enough money to buy tiles now.
A strong economy.
I don't think we need either of these. No. Well, no. We're not going to go for a wonder. Alright, let's scout ahead. There are so many barbarians. Apparently I misclicked a little there. This guy doesn't really get to move forward. It's so weird how many barbarians are running around Egypt's land. Honestly, the ease with which we are taking everything over here may have something to do with this. Might be that Egypt's forces were weakened by barbarians or very distracted during our whole invasion. Actually, I should have run him up here. He should be taking the northern path. Oh well. Honestly, this force may well be sufficient to take the Egyptian capital. Hate random barbarians. Alright, I think we'll have the warrior clear that guy out. The hoplite can lead the charge. It's worth noting that in this game, being a spearman is, it's not all sunshine and roses. There are disadvantages to it. In that normal melee units, infantry-type units, get a bonus against anti-cavalry. So the hoplite's not just better than our warrior. Like, our warrior is actually better against some kinds of units, even defensively. But on the whole, it looks like this is working out. I don't know that we're growing as quickly as we would be if we just focused on on peace, even including the stuff we're taking. This feels pretty slow. Okay, this is their capital and has 16 city strength, really? Alright, how do I want to do this? I guess we can move you up to here. Yeah, we'll just not attack with our archers this turn. I was thinking about shooting the scout, but we'll just get everybody closer. So yeah, their city has 16 combat strength and no walls. I'm saying that like it's ridiculous, but our capital's not in a much different shape. But you know, if I had been warred on for this period of time, I like to think that I would have researched and built walls. China's moving warriors toward my capital, making me a little nervous. That is quite a lot of money. I refuse. I appreciate what you're trying to do here, but, oh god. Please don't die. Oh, they're so weak the scout might kill him now. Okay. we have to handle these barbarians before we can fight this city. Alright, so this is a horse archer. Horse archers only have one range, so we don't have to worry about this just yet. Move over one space before firing, so that this guy can follow up. If he doesn't run that settler... I mean, are we going to capture that settler when we take the city? Why can you not? Oh, this is a hill space and this isn't. Well... let's move aside so that they can get in here. And you may as well shoot this barbarian. You don't really have anything else to do. Can't move onto the hill. It's all torn up. And you just heal. I don't know that we're going to need this hoplite over there. Yeah, let's have him try to correct this problem. We're going to have to go back and defend the city against these barbarians. I really appreciate that the barbarians are meaningful now. In Civ 5, if you didn't put them on raging, they were pretty much irrelevant. You could just ignore them the whole game. What is that sound? Oh, that's the sound of a horse archer. Who I'm pretty sure cannot take our city.
Thousands have
on
lived
account of being a
without
ranged unit.
love.
That's kind of funny. Brazil's scout took the hit from the horse archer for us. He's also blocking me, though, which I don't appreciate. So I guess I should have attacked the horse archer, since we can't deal enough damage to the city for it not to heal it all off. Yeah, you're fine where you are. I was thinking about moving up here to reveal some of these tiles, make sure there's no camp in them. But let's deal with the barbarians who are at the city gates right now, and then we'll worry about the other ones. So, we don't really have access to horses. We have mines, or we have iron available. Let's go for wheel, because watermill is a good building. Particularly in our capital, where we have 2 rice, it's going to be really powerful. Alright, please kill him. Because he's in my way. You need to not be right there. Why are these guys so weak? Alright, clearly we're going to have to finish off these barbarians before we're going to be allowed to play the rest of the game here. We might also have to kill this Brazilian guy. I wish more games had Endless Legends Cold War system. I'd really like to be able to shoot this asshole right now. Alright, well this unit doesn't have anything constructive to do, so we're going to shoot the city just to gain a little bit of XP. Okay, there. Brazil, you can leave now.
Divide and rule, a sound motto.
Okay. So I think we're going to go for... I was going to say oligarchy, but oligarchy doesn't help ranged units. Would I rather have autocracy? Well, this still does give bonus combat experience. Let's do this. And charismatic leader. City-states are kind of not my focus right now. And plus 2 great general points. Great generals are very, very powerful in this game. I don't think that'll be enough points for the city not to heal it all off. So that's why I'm not doing it. We're just going to let him heal up so that he's ready to... there we go. Nope. I'm not even looking at the terms. Obviously, we have her on the ropes. She can't even really produce anything, I don't think. What is with all these barbarian units? Alright, now that all 3 of our archers are in places where they can actually shoot at the city, we'll be able to start making some headway. Alright, now I am going up here. Is there a camp? Because scouts keep coming down from this this little nook. Alright, well, on the plus side, we're getting a ton of use out of our Thermopylae ability. We've gained a lot of free culture this game. Oh, she finished a chariot archer and it immediately fled the city. Oh, there's a camp right there. Alright, plus another 7 range strength. And this one works against naval units as well. Alright, now we start dealing damage that doesn't just get healed off. It's time for our hoplite to contribute. This guy is healing so slowly. Oh, nope, no camp, just scouts hiding up there. Alright, 1 or 2 archers, generally, is all it takes to defend your cities. I'm not ignoring anything, but I'm very busy. Yes, actually. Dude's a good neighbor on high difficulties when it's hard for you to get to wonders before the AI gets to them. Alright, yeah, we'll take a moment off. I am going to ignore this barbarian. We're going to go for the kill here. So next turn we should be able to take the city pretty trivially. 3 archers plus the hoplite firing. And there must be a camp down here, so we'll go and clear that out too. I don't know if we're going to get to a religion. It is taking us an awfully long time. There should be a button you can hit when in the diplomacy screen with an enemy that makes them not able to talk to you again for like 10 turns. Okay, well the barbarians are trying their best to come to Egypt's rescue. We are going to focus up here. So after those bombardments, can we take the city? No, it doesn't look like it. I know we have a promotion available, but we need to get this done now. If we stop fighting long enough to fight all of these barbarians, we're going to let the city heal too much. Okay. And we got that settler, and Egypt is not eliminated? Maybe over here. Oh, nope. That's right, they took Kabul. I knew that. Definitely keep the city. Also, we don't actually have the option. But it's a capital. It's got to have lots of buildings. Looks like China... They just made a declaration of friendship. And I'm pretty sure the rules of this game do not allow you to backstab somebody who has a friendship declaration with you. Like, I think they literally cannot declare war on me until the friendship declaration runs out. I know these two cities don't look very good. That's because their stats are crippled while they're occupied. They'll be better once they're formally ours. And that means that we have to either get Egypt to cede them in a peace deal, or we have to eliminate Egypt from the game. Which we will do, trivially. In fact, Kabul's damaged. It looks like it might be getting attacked by something else, because it's more damaged than it was. I do hate the fact that there's a million barbarians everywhere, though. So this is interesting. I think we're going to take plus combat strength versus cavalry units. I like thrust a lot, but it's really important to have somebody with square because it makes them super good if they're being escorted by your great general. And also, we're actually fighting a lot of horses this time. What do we not want to do with this settler? Does it make sense to put a city here? Maybe down here a little bit more? Well, I don't think this settler goes anywhere until we deal with these barbarians a little bit. So let's start with you. I think I'd rather kill this one, because I'm pretty sure the horseman will die if he attacks us. The penalty for attacking over the river into a hill is such that I think we will be okay. Yeah, you just stay put for a turn. I think we're actually going to be able to move this guy out pretty soon. I'm going to move over here so that Chariot Archer can't keep bombarding us from across the river. If you want to fight me, you come over here and fight me. But on the whole, I'd say this is maybe a little sloppy. Maybe a little slower than I would have preferred, but fairly successful. And the barbarians and some of the Egyptian soldiers are distracting each other, making life a little bit easier on me. This camp is right there. Okay. Yeah, like I said. He didn't even really do that much damage. 14, yeah. So I'm letting my melee units heal for a moment while we gain XP with our archers. Wow, good shooting. Who's attacking this? Who's she at war with? Ah. Fair enough. Looks like we're not going to get to take Kabul. And she is going to be eliminated. Alright, so we can start moving our settler out now. I'm not 100% sure where we're going to situate him yet. Actually, we might want to go over here. We can get fresh water from the oasis and take advantage of all the tiles around Tsingi de Bamahara? Bemahara? This is a desert tile, so pretty bad output. But these tiles should be good. I think we're just going to fortify a bunch of our guys here, then. But it looks like we don't have to march south at all. And here's that camp. Alright, Sparta needs amenities. We basically need to do all of the empire development stuff that we've been putting off. Yeah, that's okay. That's maybe a little dramatic. You can just hang out. Like, you can just live in our city. You can't be the boss anymore, but you don't have to kill yourself with snakes. Alright, so we removed Egypt from the game. We gained quite a lot of culture while doing it. And we even made a friend, somehow. And we managed to close out the war before moving up into the part of the game where there are warmonger penalties. So let's turn the yield icons back on. Have a look over here. Yes, there's a couple of tiles over here that are food, industry, science, culture. I like those a lot. We could settle right here, maybe? I mean, there's a lot of bad tiles around here, too. We could also go up here and settle by the coast and the river. No, let's settle in a location that allows us to connect our empire up a little bit better, and we can take advantage of all of the amenity and production bonuses of the districts that do those things this way. We're building an empire this time with a little bit more foreknowledge of what makes it powerful. You'll give me 30 gold and open borders for open borders. I'm fine with that. Because that open borders has no meaning to me at this moment. So he's basically just giving me 30 gold for nothing. Somebody made some pyramids, whatever. I have no strong feelings about that. Alright, let's go close up this camp once and for all. Our warrior managed to even survive the war. That's crazy. So where do I want to put this? The game is recommending putting it here, but I think there's no way that's right. We want that tile. Maybe we put it here? I suppose this isn't a bad location. It lets us try to get horses. We can get the horses from here, but it takes probably buying. And actually, this has much better mountain placement for the campus. So yeah, let's do that. Our science and culture outputs are not spectacular. And if we're going to not be at active war, then we need to actually have some functional culture. I'm going to improve this mine, and then we're finally going to get some amenities. Oh my. Well, this turned into a couple of enemies. So you'll notice that after a certain level of promoting, units still always get XP from barbarians, but it starts to only be 1 per action, which is not very much. Still, if you end up in a long campaign against barbarians, you might be able to get a level out of it. They're going to steal our camp. Yeah, get them. Barbarian horseman.
Don't reinvent the wheel.
Okay, so this is a 1 movement space. Yeah. So we can move here, still be able to shoot. And then the hoplite, actually being an anti-horse unit, should be able to clean this up pretty easily. Then we continue to move forward.
The poets have been mysteriously silent.
Alright, so we can build theater squares now. I don't think we want to change out any of our policies. I think I'm pretty happy with everything we have going on here. We're about to have 4 cities. It's turned 60. Yeah, this isn't so bad. The barbarians just left the camp. What'd they do that for? Well, I guess we're not getting the gold from this camp. Alright. I guess we could move into games and recreation right now. I'm not really sure where we want to go from here. Divine Right would give us monarchy, which is plus housing, 3 military policies. We could maybe just get, like, tremendously violent with our neighbors. It's probably a lot easier to win a culture victory when there are fewer civilizations that you have to get culture over. None of these things are very tourism themed because you're not supposed to be able to win a tourism victory just yet. I'm sure we'll have to move up to one of these, right? It looks like democracy, maybe? is the best. It helps you you buy great people more easily. Just really load up your various theater square buildings. So anyway, let's actually pick something though. We will need this eventually. Let's not go for it just yet. We're kind of behind on tech. The Great Library might actually be good for us. I like the fact that the Great Library is mostly a catch-up building now, although 38 turns, Jesus. Well, we have to build campuses anyway. We're going to get the boost. Let's go for it. Let's see. Yeah, we need a shrine to help get great profit points. How many religions are left? 3. We're on 0 points per turn right now. It may not have added in what we're getting naturally from our thing. Let's make a campus. I will get a shrine. Actually, maybe we don't make a campus because I really want to wait until I have this tile. Yeah, all right, build the shrine for now. Get those great profit points rolling in. Try to get that going. If we want to take a little break from conquering, which I think we do, let's learn a thing or two about currency. We definitely want to get some internal trade going anyway. We're having some industry problems in our cities. Looks like these missionaries are going to try to convert us. Well, I suppose we'll just endure it for now. God, are they spawning units every turn? I think they are. That's really annoying. We lost a fairly leveled up archer there. Alright. I believe currently we have 0 amenities. So this will help a lot. What is the deal with Sparta's? We have 1 of 2 required from entertainment. So we're going to go up to 2 now. 1 from luxuries. And that will at least get the city functional again, if not actually operating with any bonuses. Alright, so we have border down here. We're not going to be able to settle southward. But there's a lot of space still available. We're definitely going to build more cities. We need to expand quickly, I think. Seems to me to be what I've learned. Do I want to send an envoy to Preslav? Well, we're going to have to produce builders and settlers still, so yeah. I think that makes sense. Oh my god, stop! Stop with the barbarians! It's too much. Alright. Well, I mean, at least they're still continuing to feed us culture through Thermopylae. Although, it's starting not to be very much. Relative to our needs. You better prepare to get over there. Okay, Rock Cadet doesn't have 1 from entertainment. I think you get a free amenity from entertainment from the palace, so in your capital. I think that's what's going on there. So these are luxuries. Let's go build on those. Also, those tiles have 5 food on them. Sugar on floodplain is pretty okay. It is a little, like I said, I'm in favor of the barbarians being difficult enough to be interesting, but it is a little silly that the barbarians are a much more dangerous and cohesive military than Egypt was. Yeah, let's start building trade units. Turn off the city details tab because it gets in the way. So we would have... Alright, we're not going to get this unit done in time to boost currency, but I might get us to the boost point of currency and then go do something else. Alright, so Athens needs everything. Let's work toward a watermill first. Yes. Yeah. I'm all about diplomacy now. Yeah, they actually are. They are spawning, it looks like maybe 2 units per turn. That definitely makes things difficult for us. This is a little overwhelming. This is way too many units. Alright, for now I think these guys are just going to come home. These guys are going to start moving up there. Yeah, the 2 units per turn thing is rough. That's hard to deal with. Alright, this is menacing. Do we need to build walls to repel this? Let's worry about these guys first. This archer's dead. There's no way of that not being true, as far as I can tell. Actually, maybe if we... So we can swap these guys for one move each. Really, really hurt these guys. And then do this. That leaves the horse with no clear path. He can't ride through 2 forest spaces and then attack. And then the horse archers actually have pretty low actual combat strength, like melee combat strength, so the warrior should be able to clean that up. We're having to apply a lot of tactics to fight these barbarians. Alright, we have enough money to buy that tile that we wanted. But basically, what we really need to do is get to apprenticeship. I don't think we have enough stuff that requires mining for us to build 3 mines currently, but we can maybe found another city and fix that, if I can find some stuff that you can mine. Well, one thing at a time. This is not the current problem. So I'd love to get a campus. 37 turns is a little bit much to ask, I feel. Yeah, she built in a location that has a ton of food and, like, no industry. Let's actually try to make another builder. There's just a ton of things to improve around here, and getting these quarries online would be very helpful. Alright, well now at least we're making them crash their horses into our melee units. This should be pretty low damage, given how injured that unit is. Alright, can you kill him with your... Good enough. I was not expecting to have this much trouble with this, or I would have maybe shored up my units a little bit more before moving up. Okay, good stuff. We're getting little enough XP that we're not getting promotions anymore as we fight, which is making things much more difficult. Man, and there's a lot of religious pressure coming. You know what? I say that. They're moving a lot of missionaries around, but they haven't actually expended any charges. I'm not sure what they're doing. We saw a little bit of this with China in the last game, where they moved all the missionaries up, or they moved all those apostles up, and then they dropped like 1 convert charge and then ran them all back away. And it wasn't until like 30 turns later that they finally got around to converting any of our cities. So I'm going to have this guy use the rest of his time fixing up these resources, and then this builder can finish improving the farmables. How are we going to do this? Because, right, this guy has to fall back now. You be the wall. You guys move up and get ready to fight, I guess. Alright, so Athens is Eastern Orthodox now. I don't know if I didn't see them do any conversion, though. I think it may have been religious pressure, because we only have the 1 citizen. All they had to do was convert that 1 guy. Alright. I know that's a 2 industry tile, but it's also the only place where we could get an easy +2. And then if we build another district here, we'll get it up to +3 science. So I'd love to have the possibility of turning our army on our neighbors to the south, but we have to get through all this nonsense first. Oh, Pantheon time. So, River Goddess is amenity for holy sites next to rivers. This is pretty bad in my opinion. We do have some floodplains. Yeah, we have some floodplains. And we actually have really poor production in this city. Maybe we take later in the Reeds and Marshes just so that Egypt's capital is actually a useful city. The Pantheons in general are pretty bad. If you find one that does anything, you pretty much have to leap on that. Alright, I think we should be able to kill this guy with the archers and leave this dude in healing mode. Oh, the capital needs housing. Oh no, they took my elephants! You asshole. Well, now founding a city over here is even more attractive. Also, that elephant tile does have 4 production on it. Man, zone of control just like doesn't mean anything anymore. This archer is in a lot of trouble. Alright, the horseman's weak enough that he shouldn't be able to kill the archer now. The archer needs to get inside the city. Alright, we'll just keep this guy here. We never know what's going to happen with our neighbors to the south or with China when the Declaration of Friendship ends. We want to be ready for a surprise war. Alright, well, I was hoping to end the video by cleaning up this barbarian monstrosity, but apparently we're going to be fighting these guys for the next 30,000 years. So, that's going to be it for this episode of Let's Play Civilization 6. Come back next time. We're going to continue fighting these barbarians forever, but also build some more army and maybe think about punishing Brazil for stealing this city from us. And we'll see you then.